Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the WGLNA Season 2 Gold League. I'm your host, Christian Toma. To my left is David Williams. Make sure to check us out on Facebook and YouTube /WGLNA. If you guys aren't watching this on BattleViewer.com, go over there right now and check it out. And finally, follow us on Twitter @WGLNA so you guys can stay up to date on what's happening in the community around you and answer for us the question of the day.
Which is, who are your favorite battle buddies to watch?
So from what we just saw, I mean, even though Noble just lost, by the way, if you guys are just tuning in, Simp just took down Noble 5-3. But on the side, Militant and Dodo, we're doing a fantastic job kind of there on the cliff for the Battle Buddy system. So I enjoyed watching them. What about you?
I'd still have to go with Canadian Impact and Militant.
Okay.
Right now.
All right. So, guys, let us know who you guys think are fun battle buddies to watch. Again, that was our second match of the night. Done. Our third match, Yo versus Caller Wanted, is about to get underway. On the side of Yo, we have Lost That Love and Feeling. On the side of Caller Wanted, we have Lemming Rush. Gentlemen, welcome to the face-off. And now, Yo, going to go ahead and start over with you guys. Last time we saw you guys lost to Simp. 1-5. Now, when you guys battle up against teams like that, and you guys, every time you guys either lose, I would assume even winning as a team, some of the things that you learn, how quickly do you implement those over the break? Do you find out strength, weaknesses, or is it just something you guys feel like you were just off that day?
I'll say more like you see what you did and watch your replays, and then you implement pretty much what you saw that you did right and wrong, and what they did to counteract that the next scrim you play.
Okay.
And so it's pretty much, like I said, progression.
Sure.
We're all new here, so this is my first league, so battle buddy questions would be hard for me. And
is that a hint for this guy?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, and so yeah, next scrim pretty much just implement whatever we saw.
Awesome.
I don't know if he understands that telling me it makes it more difficult just makes me want to ask it more. But I'm going to change it up for you. It's going to be nice. I'm assuming you just watched the last game?
I did.
So was that extra special for you to watch both those teams square off on Cliff after your early start on Cliff this season?
Yes, exactly. definitely so.
Good. Well, that's good. I hope it brought nice feelings to you guys as you kind of go watch the last one. But thank you so much, Lost Love and Feeling.
It's a hard map, man.
Yeah. All those. Yeah. Don't feel bad. These guys have. If you want to feel better, we can fight on it later. You, me, we'll go up against Cliff, and it'll be great. But now over to you, Lemming Rush, on the side of Caller Wanted. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in so long. Just my question from you over the break, since it's been kind of a long time since we've seen you guys play. Anything change on your team? Anything you want to update that you kind of fans about?
No, we haven't practiced really once, so I don't know.
All right, cool. So just kind of expecting to see the same Caller Wanted as usual. Great. Can't wait to see you guys play tonight.
All right, then. And I'm assuming you feel good about tonight's match, then? I don't know what else to ask. Who on your team would you consider your group of battle buddies?
I don't really know. I just sort of play with whoever I'm with. All of them are pretty equal. If I had to choose, so I'd probably go with Delph. Because him and I feel like we mesh, so yeah.
All right, we'll be seeing if you guys match well tonight. Gentlemen, before we get into the battle, Losh, is there anything you say to Lemming before we get started?
Best of luck, man.
All right, Lemming.
Thank you.
Your response.
You too, and free duckers, and look at my mug my sister got me.
All right.
Wait, let me show it. There
There it is. Look at that mug, guys. Hashtag merch. Gentlemen, best of luck to both of you, and we'll see you in the battle.
Yeah, see you.
Did I hear this wrong? Did Lemming Rush say that they only practiced once?
Yeah, I guess.
Since the last time we saw him? Man, that is a confident team. Hey, more power to him. If you're like, yeah, we haven't been here for a long time. Can't wait to see how it goes. Now, kind of what you were kind of talking back on again before we kind of get into this. Take a look at the rosters here between both of these teams on the side of Yo and the side of Caller Wanted. David, some of the people to look out for.
Well, for Caller Wanted, so far it's been really Delph, Lemming Rush to a certain extent, and Aggressor have been very good picks from them overall. And for Yo, Fulcrus has kind of been a standout lately.
Yeah, so I got him on my team, so I'm excited to see kind of him play tonight. Now, kind of what you're talking to Lost That Love and Feeling about Cliff and how he watched the last one, make him feel a lot better. Just again, the player skill it takes, all the nuances we're talking about, the different angles, the different positions you get into. It really, I wish that I could just choose to have Cliff all day. Just Cliff every battle, mandatory. I'm going to
Well,
petition that.
If both of these teams' most played maps are accurate, which they are, we're very likely going to see some Ruinberg.
Or
So-
maybe they're going to ban out Ruinberg because they know they both play it.
This is a little-known feature on the Fantasy WGL site.
All right, you can take
by
a
the
look
way.
at which teams are matching up against, kind of their stats, the top tanks they play, the top maps. As you guys see, both now for Yo and Caller Wanted is Ruinberg. And we're starting out on Ruinberg, ladies and gentlemen, so let's get right into it and take a look at what we've got for our tanks. Good call, David.
For Yo, a 215, an IS-7, an E5, two T-22s, and a WE100, along with a Pershing, which is one of the last tier 8s I would have expected to see at this point. I don't think its turret can actually hold up. But we'll find out what they've got planned for it, I guess. Caller Wanted with two 215s, an IS-7, a 260, a Bat Shot, a W100 of their own, and an M40, M43. Look at that. It's Ruinberg. Indeed.
All
To
right.
say who necessarily is favored here, considering they both want it.
They both played it. So, yeah, and so let's kind of talk about just kind of the picking and banning of maps and how that goes. I mean, you as a team, how much thought did you put into that process?
A lot. Less so during the regular season, although there's still some strategy there. Mostly maps that you have the most variable strategies for, you pick a lot, so that way you can hide strategies for the finals. When it came to the finals, picking was everything. And you really wanted to try and bully teams into kind of the story that you want, or the whole map cycle that you want, so that you know you can play big on this map and get a win. But it was a different circumstance back then, as it wasn't attack and defense. And Fixer Reloaded, locking down the A line in his W100 already.
Full cross gun now on that I-7, going to start putting some cap pressure down. Bobby, that Pershing, did go down there, but it looked like he was just going to be used as a shield for the Northern Cap to kind of hopefully block some shots and build up some cap pressure. But meanwhile, back in the city, we've got some damage. Ajax shaking 870 there in that E100, going up against Lemming Rush. Blue Mini 2 is a 2v1 here. He is now all out of shots, so that should be Ajax going down there. It is Lemming Rush and Blue Mini. Nice little double team there to pick him up. And that is another tank falling for Yo. Yo sending Lost back in that 5B to try to see what was going on. Takes a shot onto Blue Mini. 372 there going on to him. And we'll see if he can kind of finish him off here before Lemming Rush comes around. That Bat Chat loaded and ready. One shot ready. Looks like it's going through. Lemming going to continue on the way. Looks like he does not have those shots. Meanwhile, Yo is applying the cap pressure. 55 seconds. For the Northern Cap here. Aggression, though, pushing forward as long as Delth. They're just going to try and take down Andy Pans and Major Troubles here. One shot going through. Delth just taking 9. Not much at all. And Lemming Rush is going to pick up Major Troubles there. And now Aggressor coming over to try to find Full Cross. His shot there just missing. Andy Pan's going to be going down to Fixer Reloaded. And Caller Wanted doing a fantastic job here against Yo onto Ruinberg. Chai Sniper taking so much damage. 1,200 points. Magenta Panda, you're going to finish him off there. Full Cross getting reset there. I'm not sure if that was by Aggressor or if that was DRS and that artillery, the M40, M43. You guys can see way up in the far right-hand corner of the minimap. But either way, they got the reset. Full Cross does take down Delth. So that is one tank there falling for Caller Wanted. But looking at the positions, looking at the HP, this is Caller Wanted's game all day long.
This was Caller Wanted's game from the instant that Yo decided to attack the 1 cap. Just looking at the lineup that Caller Wanted had, of course the W100 is going to be there. Of course the M40, M43 is going to be able to reset you. It is, unless you've got a trick up your sleeve to take out some of those big barriers,
Just don't do it.
guaranteed loss.
All right, so it looks like, yeah, right when the opening positions of Yo, they sealed their own fate here. Caller Wanted now barreling down against Lost. 4 members against Lost. Aggressor going to take him up before Lemming can get the reset, and that is going to be the first victory going to Caller Wanted. On to Ruinberg. Again, as you guys saw, both of these teams' favorite map pick indeed. But kind of like just like you're talking right in the beginning, it was kind of over. You should have saw the lineup, and that's something that I really don't think about a lot. Is just looking at as a team. Okay, hey, they brought an artillery. Let's not go here. It's interesting that they tried that, failed. We'll see if there's anything in stats that reflect that.
Yep.
Yeah.
We can go to him
Is there
as I realize I forgot to change my picks for fantasy.
Okay.
I don't remember who I picked from this match, but I remember picking somebody and then thinking I'll come back later and change it to Aggressor. And I should have, and I don't think I did. Oh well, it's got to be Chai Sniper. Chai, make it worth it, please. Oh, it's gonna hurt. Aggressor with 3310 for his team, 3200 for Magenta Panda, 2200 Blue Mini, etc., etc. See the W100 there getting in his shots as well.
Yep.
And for Yo, it's really just lost in the 2-1-5. Ajax got in. I mean, he got isolated and killed, so it wasn't necessarily a good clip because it was spread amongst a couple of people and he didn't kill anybody. So that's kind of superfluous damage. It looks good on a sheet, but it was not critical or helpful to the match.
Gotcha. Now, kind of what Yo is trying to do there. Let's say let's take the artillery out of the picture for a second. The whole using a shield to create kind of a safe haven for a smaller tank to build up cap points on this. Is that still a viable strategy? Is that something that can work a lot of time, or is it just too easy to get reset from the back?
It's viable. I don't like it.
Okay.
That's the best way to put it. It can work. Some teams over seasons have always specialized in things like this, and they work out the little nuances to make it work. But it's still vulnerable.
Still needs
and
to be
it's
practiced.
Your play, what you're trying to do, is just laid out on the table right off the bat, and then your
Hey, this is what
opponent
we're
has
doing.
all sorts of other
That's
things they
true.
can do.
That makes
so
sense.
I'm not a big fan of anything that could be considered a gimmick or that it's kind of a one-trick pony, because all the team has to do is
Think
prepare
about
for
it.
that, and they win.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, caller wanted. I got a nice victory there. Let's see if they can make it 2, or can Yo come back and tie it up? Let's get right back into the battle and take a look at what we've got for tanks.
For Yo, a 50B, 2215s, an IS-7, a T-22, a W100, and their own M40, M43. For caller wanted, 2 IS-7s, a Batchat, 2 907s, a W100, and a T-54 lightweight.
Okay, here caller wanted now is on offense. Again, this season we are switching sides, going back and forth, offense, defense, to make it a little more.
It's been a great
fair.
change, hasn't it?
Honestly, it's been amazing.
I am so happy it's done this way.
Yep.
It's sympathy I had for the players when they had to go 2 on
2-2.
offense right off the bat. It's a big head game, and it's easy for people to watch and just look at it and be like, well, you're going to have defense. Well, it's a
not
lot
the same.
harder to defend when you're already down 2. I promise you, it just messes with your head.
Sure.
The numbers mean nothing, but to you they mean everything. It's just a practice of trying to ignore them, keep your wits about you.
Now we have fixed that. Yeah, absolutely. I really do like the mix-up. It also gives, I feel like, more opportunity to have like fun plays. You get to see a little bit. It's a lot more fresh, I feel like, just to us too. You see different plays going back and forth and back and forth.
Well, yeah. So think about it from their perspective, right? Say a team goes up 2 on defense to start out, or sorry, down 2 on offense to start out. They now have to play their defenses very conservative because they can't afford to give up anything.
Right.
'Cause they already lost 2.
So,
right?
now what they're probably going to do.
Now, let's say a team wins 2 cycles, offense, defense, they can go
Now they go
huge on
crazy,
offense or
right.
to go big on defense because they already got a lead. So it's better.
Absolutely. Right now, starting on.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
It's better.
it's better. 2 I-7s, Blue Mini, and DRS for caller wanted, applying some cap pressure here on the eastern side. The number 2 cap, you're going to see it dropping into 35 seconds. Delta Village, we kind of call that the village in between the DF. So the DF and the 1 line, the little village you guys see on the far right hand of the mini map, kind of control going over to Yo. But as a 16 seconds go by on the clock, it is going to be up to Yo to kind of push out here. And it'll be interesting to see how caller wanted responds to this pressure. They do have 2 members also over the north. They might be going for a double cap here. Bobby still in an M40, M43. We'll see if it works out for him. They're actually going to avoid in the north the base. Lost going through, trying to find DRS. Both Blue Mini and DRS are spotted. The M40, M43 kind of holding a shot. There it is, finally. Shot from the side going through, but full cross, meanwhile, taking 1,900 points of damage. One more shot, and that I-7 will be going down. Will he be able to make it in time? No, Aggressor picking him up. And that is Full Cross dropping. Kind of one of the standout players we were talking about. Yo, already gone. Lost now, taking some damage as well. Blue Mini going to take him out. And beautiful focus fire there coming out for caller wanted. Chai Sniper and is the next one on the block. One after another. Tanks going down and getting extremely low for Yo here. And 20 seconds going back. Blue Mini taking him off. Yes, Yo gets the resets. Yes, they're doing a good job, but Lemming Rush finding the M40 and 43. There are just 3 members for Yo around, and caller wanted having all 7 left. Major troubles, doing good damage, finally taking out Magenta Panda there with the help of Andipans and Ajax from the Delta Village, but Andipans now is on reload, and now as the rest of Call is pushing in, that is just not a time you want to be reloading if you are a 50B. 920 points of damage there, 1,300 going to Aggressor, or going to Ajax for Aggressor, and that Batchat finishing him out there. Andipans will not be able to reload in time. Blue Mini coming around the corner, Aggressor, and and him are going to finish him off, and that is just going to leave major troubles. Kind of the first member to take damage, and now the last member to take damage for Yo in the side against DRS, picking him up there in the I-7, and Color Wanted now going up 2-0 against Yo. On to Ruenberg. It looks like Color Wanted liking Ruenberg a little bit more than Yo there in that situation. This is kind of what we just talked about. If you're Color Wanted, and we're in the whole cycling thing, you're now up 2-0. You can be a little more aggressive. You can maybe try a play this now next time that you weren't normally going to try, because there's a lot less pressure on you and a lot more pressure for Yo. Because here's the kind of the other side of the coin. Because we're going back and forth, if you go down 0-2, that's like almost even more pressure for you, because now you have another chance for an offense and a defense, and it's just probably not a good situation if you're going to be Yo. But looking there, what they kind of did, it seemed very, very standard. Usually for Yo, you get the resets. Why didn't they, why did they take so much damage there trying to get that onto the Eastern Cap?
They didn't, their M40 just didn't get the shots. Something along those lines. The strategy was not hashed out well enough to do what they wanted to do. They didn't bring the I-7 down. Something was not operated the way it was supposed to, because there's no way their original strategy depended on the 215s to drive over there and do the spotting manually. You saw one of them spot and then turn and not actually fire for the reset. And I was expecting an artillery shot to come down at that moment, and that's why he was kind of turning to keep his gun to bear on the right targets. But it did not work out. Let's go to stats.
All right.
I mean, I don't know what to say about a match like that much. Aside from just look at it. Everybody breaking 1,000 for Color Wanted here. And maybe it should have been Delph, the number one pick. I mean, 34, 53, and a 907. Not bad. And everybody else also chipping in their damage. I mean, even Lemming Rush down there with T54 with over 1,000. And
3 zeros. Yeah.
Just major trouble. Really getting in damage.
Last one alive.
3 people getting a whole lot of nothing.
There's your problem. There is your problem.
There is a problem, at least.
There's one of your problems. And here's the thing. Maybe what we're learning is, like, hey, if you're a team and you don't want to stress, like, just don't practice. Like Color Wanted hasn't practiced, killing it.
Don't do that.
No, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to go to our next battle. Color Wanted is up 2-0 against Yo. Can Yo come back and try to tie it up? Let's see what we've got for our tanks.
They could be lying too. Honestly, they could be.
Mind games. Mind games. Man.
So, Yo with a bat shot, 2 140s, 2 T22s, T54s, and 2 T54s. Color One with 2 215s, and IS-7 and 260 in the bat shot, a WE100, and their M40, M43 again.
Would they lie to us?
Yes. You think somebody would do that? Just go on the internet
and lie?
Tell lies?
No, David, no.
Yes, they would. We used to tell people that we practiced all the time, 7 days a week, 4 hours a day. We didn't. We didn't at all.
Sure.
But we wanted them to
7 days
think
a
that
week,
there was just an
4 hours
overbearing
a
amount
day.
of work for them to compete with us, so that they
get
wouldn't
exhausted
try
and-
to compete with us as much. I mean, that's
Wow.
And then when they square off, they just
Wow.
already.
Very aggressive push there from Yo, going straight up just the center road here. Lost Bobby, taking a lot of damage. Lost Ari, dropping down to 880. They're just going to very aggressively go for this Eastern Cap, it looks like, and try to maybe catch out Color Wanted, who aren't even really in position for the Delta Village. If they can come and contest this, they might be able to stop Color Wanted from getting to the positions that they need.
They could do it if they get the right positions, the right times. They are kind of there almost. Bobby locking down the zero line. Falker's going to come over and actually help him out. That's pretty helpful. And Lost also. Nice. Aside from the lack of cap pressure, which mostly they're trying to get away from the 260, is what it looks like. Yo had some stuff going for him. They're going to have to capitalize on it, though, before Color Wanted arrives, because otherwise it is a mismatch fight with Color Wanted with more hit points by large.
Magenta Panda, 1,600 points of damage there. 2 more shots, and he will be going down. Bobby being pushed forward there in that 25T, trying to get a little closer to the fight. Delph taking a shot from Ajax, bouncing that one there. Very nice. Magenta Panda getting a nice shot there onto full cross. 390 in that 140 here. And battle for Delta Village has begun here. Ajax going in, Andepans and going straight for Lemming Rush as well as Ajax. They're going to try to isolate this Bat Chat. Looking to drive right past through, but Blue Mini is going to take down and punish Ajax for that, getting lit up almost instantly. And now Andepans taking some damage as well, over 1,100 points there in that T54. He's going to be dropping to the Lemming Rush in that Bat Chat. 7 members for Color Wanted up against now the 5 for Yo, as the loss takes down Aggressor, though. So a nice tank falling for Color Wanted. Blue Mini still at full health, finally taking a shot there from Chai Sniper from the back. Bobby is on reload in that Bat Chat, so he's going to be a while until he's in this fight. Lost taking another huge chunk of damage there. Major troubles taking some as well 5 minutes and 48 seconds on the clock. Plenty of time for Color Wanted to just kind of sit here and do exactly what they're doing, which is whittle down the opponent slowly but surely, and the good angles that they're finding here. And again, we're kind of talking about the Delta Village and how it's a lot of study really does help with this. There's so many weird angles, spaces between some houses that aren't in the other houses where you can get shots off of. I'm not sure if Color Wanted is utilizing that, but just another, again, just another thing to keep in mind as you watch these two teams fight in this area of the map. It's an area with a lot of weird angles and a lot of interesting shots you can get off both.
DRS rotating in the M40, M43, see if he can shop a shot in there close to where Bobby and Major Trouble are, but I don't think there's enough time for him to get it off. He may just send one.
Oh, man.
Send one and hope it hits.
After another there. Yo be going down. Yo be going down. Shy Sniper going to be the last one to go down. Blue Mini picks that one up, and Color Wanted with their third victory against Yo here on to Ruinberg of the night. Now, you're saying for a moment there, Yo had something possibly going for him. A very, very hard rush. They took a little bit of damage, not too much. No one got tracked. No one got blown up, so they did get to get all their tanks all the way through. Color Wanted then had to come back to Delta Village. What did Yo, in your opinion, what should they have done there?
That's so hard to answer.
It's a big question.
The lineup they brought is very light, and they need to get some sort of isolation and strike that person as quickly as possible and kill them. They had some advantage, and they took a lot of map control very quickly, but they have to find a way to get a pick on a tank to capitalize on it. Otherwise, they just created an easy fight for Color Wanted to rotate to at their leisure. They didn't have to rush. And then once they got there, they had better tanks for the fight that was there. So a lot is really the easy answer there. Let's go to stats. Because Delth did 3,000 damage again. Crying on the inside. 2740 out of Blue Mini. Magenta Panda with 2,700 as well. And over here for Yo. Thank you, Chai Sniper. Almost 2,000 for him. Not to leapfrog you, Bobby. Put up 3,000 in a bat shot. That's actually like a lot.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah. 8 shots, 8 hits, 8 penetrations. Nice job, Bobby. That's about all I can say about that, though.
Hey, Bobby, nice job. Hey, that's enough to say. Hopefully he really likes it and appreciates that. Now, one thing that I've been noticing, common theme out of all the teams tonight, Bat Chat. The Bat Chat has become a tank that has just been used by everyone.
Yes.
And is that just its mobility is great? Is there what gun would you bring in the Bat Chat? Is there multiple guns to use, or is it only one that you would definitely only bring?
There are multiple guns, but you bring the best gun, the top gun.
Bring the top gun.
I mean, you could bring the 90mm, I guess. At least you used to be able to. I haven't played it in a long time, so I don't know if you can still switch down to it. You probably can, though.
But there's probably no reason.
Used to be able to. No, not really. Not at this tier at all.
Yeah, nothing to affect the tier 10s. Ladies and gentlemen.
In public matches, some people do it for the fun of it. That, and it clips pretty quickly, and you can just wreck out shots.
Hashtag
and if you're firing gold and you fire them the right targets, it's pretty fun.
It's fire gold, farm targets, it's all good. But this is the pro matches,
different
ladies and gentlemen.
age.
And we're not going to see that here. Color Wanted just needs one more victory to go 4-0 against Yo. Can Yo find one on Ruinberg? Let's get right into it and take a look at what we've got for tanks.
Yo with a 50B. 2215s, an I-785, an Object 430 version 2, and a T-54. Color Wanted with 2 I-7s, a Bad Shot, 2 907s, a W100, and a T-54 lightweight.
Boom. Done. And now in the battle. Color Wanted back on offense. Let's see if they kind of do the same thing as last time. Same Magenta Panda leading the charge here. Down the southern road from their spawn. And the Object 907. They're bringing that Waffle Trogger E100. So one of my favorite tanks here for Tier 10. Looking,
you call it a waffle trogger?
Did I? Is that? Oh, yeah, I did.
It's just pretty great.
Okay, great.
So I did not mean to interrupt. Continue.
The waffle trogger, one of my favorite tanks for Tier 10. Now, David, looking at where his position is, oh wow, Magenta Panda. Meanwhile, before I continue, 702 points of damage and getting tracked here. As he kind of runs on in. So using his quick repair to get out of danger from Yo, who is now set up and waiting, really, for anything that Color Wanted is going to try to do here over on this cap. 395 points of damage for Delth. Delth trying to push forward a little more. Trying to get out of any sort of range here. Meanwhile, Lemming Rush and the T-54 going head-to-head against an IS-7. Probably a big mistake for him. Not sure he intended to do that. Major Troubles, though, getting lit up. 2,100 points of damage there. And Fix Reloaded going to delete him from the game already. Meanwhile, Blue Mini and DRS applying some cap pressure. Lost taking some damage as well. And Color Wanted just showing dominance right now of Ruinberg. The break just Yeah, I think he lied. I think he absolutely lied to us.
Yo is starting to actually do exactly what Color Wanted wants them to, chasing down some of their extraneous tanks into the west when they should be focusing more on east. Magenta Panda and Delth are going to come in and try and swoop on these two heavies and create a 2v2 that they might win, but if they actually get in some support with those IS-7s at the right angles, they will rack it up here. 644, 541 on Ajax as well, and Delth taking 796 in return.
Chai Sniper does pick up Lemon Rush here. 16 seconds on the clock. DRS and Blue Mini are still assisting into the Delta Village with the Ajax, and Full Gross Lost is continuing to get those resets. So now Color Wanted kind of in an interesting situation. Yo having plenty of opportunities to reset them. If I were them, I would just kind of get off the cap right now as they're slowly losing health for not a lot of gain here. Andy Pan's taken out, Fix Reloaded, and Yo looks like they might be able to turn this one around here. Ajax taking a lot of damage here. Aggressor being sent in with a Bat Chat to try to help out Magenta Panda, but Full Gross taking down Delth here just as Aggressor shows up to start laying the damage down there onto Full Gross. Over 1,000 points there into that E5. But Chai Sniper going to start supporting in from the courtyard there. Aggressor finally taking down Full Gross, but so much damage has already been done to Color Wanted. 3,400 points remaining for their HP against the 6,500 points of HP for Yo. It looks like Yo will be able to pick up this first victory if all continues to go their way. DRS is on cap still, but he has been reset time after time again. Now Bobby and Andy Pans pushing in against this IS-7. They are surrounding Color Wanted now, and Yo looks like they want to close this one out. The shots there going on to DRS. DRS doing a great job bouncing them, just kind of straight on, but Andy Pan's taking the shots from the side. One more from him, and DRS should be going down here. His shot just missing. Blue Mini taking 838. Andy Pans takes down DRS. Lost with one more shot away. Let's see if he can do some damage for Magenta Panda is in the reload. Blue Mini coming around the corner to try to take him out here. Let's see if he can get an Aggressor. Finds Lost. Bobby, though, taking out Aggressor, and Chai with quickly. Magenta Panda leaving just Blue Mini to fight kind of for himself here against Chai Sniper and Bobby over in the Delta Village. And this looks like it's going to be Yo's first victory against Color Wanted. Bobby finishing up that, and that is going to be Yo with that one. Now, one victory up against Color Wanted's 3, so still it's not as bad as 4. So they got one up. So, and that is going to end out both of these teams' favorite map of Ruinberg. So it'll be interesting to kind of see which map we go to next. One thing I kind of want to talk about is what Color Wanted was trying to do on the cap. Once you get to a situation where if you are the defensive team and the offensive team is starting to put up cap points, and you get the opportunity to just get at least one reset, generally you're pretty good because you're now in that position. You can kind of keep racking them up. So if you're the offensive team in that situation, you've gotten reset once, is it wise to just leave? I mean, why would you want to stay on the base?
I would say it's wise to leave.
Okay.
Once they had the isolation of those two tanks in Delta Village, they really should have gone for it. That's kind of what we were talking about in the WGLNA versus Simple Tankers game, where whenever WGLNA realized they were going to lose a tank, they rotated someplace else to jump on that.
Right.
When Color Wanted saw that they were going to lose tanks in the west, they should have rotated more into the east to try and get that pick. So they had their opportunities, but some mistakes.
Okay.
And good movement by Yo to a certain extent, bringing back some of that. Let's go to stats while we can. Let's do it. Andy Pants with 34.68. Loss with 25.19. Bobby with 23.70. And Aggressor with 33.91 overall. As you can see here, Aggressor getting a lot of rotation in. 13 shots, 13 hits, and 10 penetrations. Blue Mini bouncing about 1040 off of his armor entirely. And other than that, Fixer got in the clip that he wanted. That kind of worked out according to plan. But good shooting for most people here. Getting most of their penetrations out on the targets that they shot.
Now we're talking about kind of the idea of Cliff being a map which we're going to be going into, where a lot of teams can go head-to-head. They can just rush right up, kind of go just kind of barreling against each other. But we've also seen teams not do that. They kind of sit back, they find angles they can get at. Do you think that these teams are going to...
Do I think they what?
Do you think that these teams are going to be the teams to do that? Sorry, guys. Whew. Sit back and not go head-to-head.
Yeah, well, I think it definitely Color Wanted is they're either going to go head-to-head immediately as quickly as possible, or they're going to rotate around and try and draw people into them as much as they can.
Let's get into battle so I can stop this.
I don't know what you're losing it about.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Let's go to battle.
let's go to battle. 3-1. Cool, man.
Yo with the bat chat, two 140s, two T22s, an Object 430 version 2, and a T54. Colorado with 2 bat chats, 2 907s, 2 T22s, and RU251. So going on Cliff, where we saw both of those teams square off, both Noble and Simp square off just a moment ago. Simp taking down the current victor, or the previous victor of last season, Noble, in an amazing display. We'll see if, like you were asking, if these two teams go head-to-head here, or if they rotate around quite a bit. I would expect pretty much what we're seeing right now. Both teams are actually kind of an alternative team. Both like to go for the donut.
Yeah.
So I was curious if they're actually going to run smack dab into each other here in the donut. And it looks like they will, and Yo may be able to get a pick on somebody behind if they've got the angles rehearsed.
First shot, they're going to Aggressor, and more damage, they're going to Delph, and now it looks like an all-head team rushing into each other. Fulcro's 1,300 points of damage. DRS, he rams himself into him. Going down here, Lost, picking up Aggressor, and the battle has begun for below the donut. Andy Pan taking some damage. Bobby getting lit up, 1,400 points of damage there in that matchup, but Lemon Rush does find Andy Pan's 6 members, now 5 for Color Wanted against just the 4 for Yo. It looks like Color Wanted should be able to pick up this victory here, but Lemming Rush is going to be going down to Lost. A nice pick up there. They're going to try to, Yo is going to try to claw their way back. Delph and Permablue, though, up and down the hill, but Delph going down in major troubles. A beautiful pick up there from that T22. The Chai Sniper backing up there in that T54. One more shot, he should go down. Blue Mini is going to be one to pick that one up. And now Magenta Panda taking a lot of damage. 634 there, going into him. One more shot, and that T22 might be going down. It's going to really be up to Permablue and that RE251 to do some damage from on top of the hill. But with all those things going through and doing, Permablue does find Lost. And now it is major troubles in Ajax. 2 almost full HP tanks against Color Wanted's Blue Mini. The T22 is almost going down. Again, Permablue. And then RE251 at full health. Now, Blue Mini, David, I mean, if you're him, you're going to try to, hopefully try to stop or maybe track Ajax before he gets on top of the hill, but it looks like he's not going to be able to, but he does do a lot of damage, which might open up Permablue to take him down. The shot they're going into him, 588 points of damage there, and now it's Ajax versus Permablue. Some shots from Blue Mini, who is still alive, doing a fantastic job, not only dodging from major troubles, but Ajax takes him down from the hill, and now it is just Permablue against Ajax here. Permablue just not going to have enough damage or HP to deal with both of these tanks. And Yo, looks like they're going to pick up a victory here onto Cliff as Major Troubles finishes off with that RU251. Looks like Color Wanted is not going to be able to use the RU251 as well as Simp did in that situation. But like I said, both these teams being alternative teams, not going for the top of the hill, but going for the donut. And if we kind of talk about the donut being that area where if a team's going for the cliff, you kind of go for the donut, you get some good angles kind of on them.
Yeah.
You come on the side. So when both teams kind of go head-to-head, it's almost like the repeat of the top, but on the bottom. And are the angles still as difficult? Are they still as crazy down there?
Actually, the angles start falling into favor of whoever arrives there slightly later than the other, because the other will be mostly broadside. They can't HP share. They can't do the battle buddy thing we were talking about, and they mostly just get shredded. And that's what happened there. It's not anything particularly special. It's just the North arrives there slightly later than the other. Statistically, we don't need to go to it, but for Ajax, so we'll go with Yo. Ajax 33-20, and 25-22 for Major Trouble. Both the T22s putting up the most damage, unsurprisingly. And then Lost in the Object 140, 2287, picking up 4 kills overall. 4 Color Wanted. Again, the T22 taking the lead. Well, one of them. 2856 coming out of Blue Mini. Permablue in the RU251, 1767. So
RU251 still doing
That's another thing, yeah. It's a tank that it will survive a couple shots, and you don't want to waste those shots. You want to hit something that's seems to be more of a problem. But if you got him dead to rights, his DPM is pretty good and he can penetrate the mediums. So perhaps teams should be focusing on the RU251 a little bit more,
not ignoring him as much
while he's in hand. The problem with the Noble and Simp game was that he wasn't easy to get at any point in time.
Guys, he did a great job. Kind of Drynet's thing was driving him, just doing a great job.
And the few times he was exposed, by the time he started taking damage, he could have driven away. And just the risk that you won't finish, because if you shoot 2 times and then he leaves, you have lost the game.
Wow.
Assuming that everybody else is still fighting.
How to drive an RU251 like a pro. Ladies and gentlemen, Yo did pick up that victory, so they're 1 victory closer to tying it up against Color Wanted. Can they do it right now, or can Color Wanted continue to lead? Let's get right into it and take a look at what we've got for our tanks.
For Yo, 2 bat chats, 2 140s, a T22, an Object 430 version 2, and a T54. For Color Wanted, a bat chat, an Object 907, 2 STBs, 2 T22s, and the RU251. Will they do the same thing? I don't mean both go in one line. I mean, will they do the same thing as one and another?
right here. It'll be interesting to kind of see. And it looks like no. Looks like Colorado is going to start going. They're going to go for the hill. Yo though is going to continue to do the bottom play again. It worked out from last time, so obviously why wouldn't you do it again? Now when you're going to go for these fights like that, when you're going to rush all the donut, is more autoloaders better? Is that not a what would you want, more autoloaders or not as much?
There's definitely a diminishing returns when it comes to autoloaders. There's a point in which you have too many and you get too much overkill, and you need the sustained fire instead of a lot of people reloading.
Gotcha.
Or a lot of people with one shot.
You want to end the fight
reloading.
quick.
It comes back to haunt you many times. If you're going to run smack dab into each other, 3 to 4 seems to be kind of the sweet spot. Wow. At least that's what some of the best teams are running right now. In the one line, same thing. But if you're going to if you're going to take different positions, more single shots can be better, but you're still going to need that strike force.
Bobby just got lit up from, it looked like, Aggressor and Lemming Rush from the top of the hill in that bad chat, dropping him down to 335 points of damage there before he even has dealt a single shot.
It's a fairly predictable place.
Oh.
Down here, just to the right of that rock, is where Bobby is able to get those shots, but he has a damaged ammo rack, and Delth going down. Andy Pants realized he got spotted, and Ajax and Andy Pants went down there to pick him up.
Fantastic job there. Now already a tank falling for Color Wanted is going to open the map up a little bit for Yo, so we'll see kind of how they do this. But Color Wanted does know where Yo's at. They know where they're going. They know where a lot of their tanks are. They're going for him right now. Here as Color Wanted goes to the side. Aggressor finishing off that bat chat. Taking an autoloader out of the game is going to be huge for Color Wanted. Now let's see how they continue. Yo now kind of bottlenecked, trying to go up by the back end of the donut, having to back down here, and we have a little bit of a fight. And now David, looking at the positions here, is this a position where obviously it's like, oh yeah, you always want the higher ground? Same thing apply here?
Yes.
All right, so Color Wanted in a very good situation. Indeed, it's going to be up to Yo to kind of push up and share HP as they go, and it looks like this is it. Chai Sniper leading the way, being pushed by Full Cross. Lost, kind of being shielded behind him. Chai Sniper taking a lot of damage, over 1,100. Magenta Panda gonna finish him off there, and that is another tank falling for Yo. Color Wanted looking very good to pick this one up as Lost takes 14-21 there in that object, 140, and Perm Blue finishes him off. Andy Pants does find DRS, so that is a tank. Another tank falling for Color Wanted, but it is a 4v5 now. Yo, with a lot of damage going on to them for Major Troubles. Ajax does take down Lemming Rush, but Major Troubles is one more shot away at Blue Mini. Gonna finish him off there. Magenta Panda now taking some damage, doing a good job dodging as Aggressor takes down Andy Pans, leaving just Full Crows and Ajax alive for Yo. Color Wanted should be able to push very easily here onto this 140 as Ajax runs away in the bat chat. He is on the reload. There's nothing he can do to support his team. And that is a lot of damage there going into that, into Full Crows there. 143, 28 there, 6-6-1, and one more shot. Should be able to finish him off. It looks like they're going to leave it to Magenta Panda. No, Magenta Panda shot misses. Blue Mini is going to fix that one. Aggressor just sitting back here. Now Ajax is about to be reloaded. They know where he went. They are on the run to take him down. Ajax is on offense, so Color Wanted doesn't have to chase him. They can just sit back, let him come to him. But obviously they want to try to finish another nice track there. A quick reload, or a quick repair coming out for Ajax in that bat chat. And now Perm Blue just trying to seal his fate here. Ajax going to put some cap pressure on to try to apply the pressure there on the Color Wanted, but it is not going to be enough. Ajax with one more shot away, 200 damage, and Perm Blue going to finish him off there. Color Wanted picking up their 4th victory, needing now just one more victory to close out the 3rd match of the night. Now, kind of talking and seeing what happened there in that particular situation. Since Battle Buddies is kind of the theme, if you're in an autoloader, let's say you bring an autoloader, and like you said, you get your shots out, now you're on reload. How hard, how difficult is it to be in that situation where you're looking like, guys, instead of running away and trying to reload, I need you to be in my battle. I need you to shield for me. Are those easy calls to make? Do you go into that knowing this is what I'm going to do? Like, hey, I can't escape, so I'm your shield now? Or do you always try as an autoloader to get out of there and get your shots back?
That is one of the hardest parts about playing an autoloader, is knowing when and when not to. Positive trades, we've talked about that a lot. It counts for every tank. It's just harder because you're all in or you're all out as an autoloader. So you have a very brief window to make that decision. Because if you hesitate and then you try and leave, you've done nothing. You've died, right?
Right.
But if you hesitate before you commit yourself, well, you didn't save your teammate, and now you're dead to rights. So it has to be
balance.
Perfectly balanced.
That's crazy. Yeah, so a lot of kind of weight going on to those players. Anything in stats?
We're not going to go to him.
Okay.
But Ajax has 37.51 in his bat chat. which is quite a
Man,
bit.
beautiful
But
batch,
Perma
gents.
Blue answered
Beautiful
with 3617 out of his object 907. The Magenta Panda, an Aggressor, and Blue Mini all broke 2000.
Wow, so a lot of damage are going out for really kind of, well, yeah, definitely more of Color Wanted's team than Yo's.
You know who got 0?
Who?
Chai Sniper. He's on my team.
Yeah, he's. I
think he is.
I think he's on. I think he's on my team as
rewind the
well.
broadcast.
But this is fine. This is what fantasy is about, guys. Again, what we're talking about on our teams. Let's go to fantasywgl.com. You're gonna build your players. We put Chai Sniper on ours, and sometimes players perform, sometimes they don't.
Yo is getting ready to push up the hill there. And Chai Sniper's at the very front of it.
I know.
The rest of his team is pushing, and I'm like, no.
No, keep him back. Let him
No.
get damage. They were just like, no, be our shield, be our shield. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Color Wanted just needs one more victory to close out their third match of the night. Can they do it, or can Yo come back? Let's get right into it and take a look at what we've got for our tanks.
Yo, with the Bat Chat, 2 Object 140s, 2 T22s, an Object 430 version 2, and a T54. Color One with the Bat Chat, 2 907s, an SCB, 2 T22s, and an RU251. Indeed.
I feel like this again. Now, I mean, I'm seeing these RU251s on Cliff, and it's just like it's now got to be the new thing. I mean, seeing how amazing
They've been there the whole
Sim
time.
did.
I'm just now noticing it.
But is that what it is?
Yes.
Oh wow! So now I'm just now noticing this tank being amazing onto Cliff.
Well, it's a hard thing, and we've talked about good scouts in the past, right? Good light tank drivers, and it's difficult. It's more difficult than being a good autoloader driver, in my opinion. You're either too far committed or not committed enough, and you've got less HP to do it with, and a worse gun than everybody else. But a very good player changes everything in that role.
All right, well, it looks like we got, again, a little bit of battle here going down on the western side of the map. A place we don't get to see a lot of battles go for, so let's see who's going to come on top. Aggressor does get on top of the hill there, and now the battle has begun here. Color Wanted did get there a little later, but will Yo be able to capitalize on that? Aggressor taking down Independence. Lemming Rush falling to major troubles. That is a tank for a tank, a 1-for-1 exchange here going into this battle. Major troubles, though. So much damage, but Bobby taking down DRS. Another 1-for-1 back and forth here between both of these teams. Lost now is the focus for Color Wanted. Magenta Panda taking him out. And now Adele doing a great job kind of poking in, taking the shots there onto Fulcros and going back. Chai Sniper looks like he's going to be going down too as well in that T54, being now blocked by Fulcros. Bobby takes some shots there, but Magenta Panda finds him, taking down that T54. Ajax finds Magenta, but it is a 4-on-2 now as Blue Mini finds Bobby in that Bat Chat. And this looks like this is it. This looks like Color Wanted wants their 5th victory to close out the night. They just need to get through Fulcros and Ajax to do it. And that is not going to be something difficult as Aggressor on that Bat Chat now is reloaded, coming down the first shot. They're going into Ajax, Perma Blue fighting Fulcros, and it looks like it is all over here for Yo. A nice ram to finish it out. No, not enough. Del, though, going to take him down. Color Wanted with their 5th victory of the night on to Cliff, finishing out the 3rd match. Again, I'm just going to petition. I'm just going to call Ute, and I'm going to be like, hey, Ute, every match on Cliff. Like, let's just do it. It's a fun map. It's so fun to see these guys play. Or maybe this is my plea to the captains and players. When you are picking maps, please pick Cliff. Don't ban it. It's so fun. It's so amazing to watch you guys play on, and I definitely want more of it there. But something that we kind of talked about there is, again, that kind of fight down the west. Color Wanted did get there technically later than Yo, but it seems like the Bat Chat got on top of the hill way before the last time it happened.
Well, so they get there earlier, and Yo. So what
Sorry,
I was saying
earlier,
before
right.
is, Yo. But it depends on where they stop. They kept driving directly in. They could have stopped on a corner, gotten the free picks, the people that are up on the hill.
Gotcha.
It wasn't played right by Yo. And Color Wanted got the right angles they wanted.
All right, a very simple one. Anything crazy in stats? Any one person? Or
Dealt
just
with 35, 45.
pretty crazy.
Perma Blue, Aggressor, and Blue Mini all breaking 2,000. And then for Yo, Ajax with 25, 35.
All right, there you guys go. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our 3rd match of the night, all done. Our 4th and final match, Eclipse versus High Voltage, where if High Voltage wins, they might be able to take a 1st place of the season since Noble just lost to Sip. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this quick break.